Hey there, it's Jessica from Forever Yoga. I'm coming to you today from my home yoga space to tell you a little bit more about one of the interesting props that we have available in our boutique. It's called a Teardrop support. So as you can see from the side profile of this, it's basically in a teardrop shape. So there's one end that's a little bit narrower and one end that's a little bit beefier. And this is a really great support for doing supported back bends, like supported fish pose. One of the great things about this shape is that it really contours to your lower back and to the natural curve that should be in your low back. So we spend a lot of time these days at computers, cell phones, tablets, driving in cars, all that kind of stuff. And instead of our low backs kind of coming forward towards the front side of our body like they're supposed to, we end up doing this. We end up rounding into the low back as we do all of that stuff. So what this can really help us do is kind of reset that low back curve, give us back some of that natural curve that we should have in our low backs, which is part of the reason why so many people have low back pain these days. They get really tight and really short in the front side of the body, and they get really long and overstretched in the back side of the body. So just to show you how this works, I'm gonna take this onto my mat. I'm gonna sit in front of it with my knees bent, and I'm gonna be fairly close to that short side of it, that kind of thinner side, and then I'm gonna start to lay myself back over the support so that that really beefy part is basically right between my shoulder blades. And then I'm gonna start to lay my head back and let my arms come out to the side. Now, depending on your flexibility, this might be a little too far to go quite so fast. So what you can do instead is take a yoga block or some other kind of support and just pat that right behind your head. Same thing, you're gonna let the arms come out to the sides, and they might stay down alongside your hips for a while. And over the course of time and several breaths, you might be able to start to draw them up a little bit farther towards the top side of your mat. I like to have my knees bent here sometimes, but you can also come into a nice butterfly shape. Maybe you're gonna take some blocks underneath your knees there. You might also just extend your legs long on the mat. And then start to really focus on your breath, allow your body to relax into the support of this cushion behind you. If you find that the block is helpful and it's perfectly good for you, you can always stay with that. But then you can always start to experiment with maybe over time, whether that's the time of resting on the cushion that you're doing in one session, or maybe it's the course of several weeks or even months. You might start to experiment with turning that block down a notch, or maybe possibly even letting it go. And so as I lift my arms up towards the top of the mat here, I've got a good opening in the front side of my chest. My low back is coming into that very natural curve, and it's really quite comfortable to be here. I can take the time to focus on my breathing here as well, since we are opening up the rib cage, opening up the belly, opening the front side of the body. Great spot to take a couple of deep breaths. And then of course the question is, once I get here, how the heck do I get out of here, right? So here we go. So I'm gonna slide my arms back and down towards my sides. I'm gonna walk the soles of my feet right back onto the floor. And there's two possibilities here to get out of this position safely. One is to just roll over onto your side. You'll come right off the bolster. The other one is to place your hands alongside your hips, give your chin a little tuck, and just press yourself straight up to seated. It can be really nice after you spend a few minutes there to just come right down onto your back and give yourself the opportunity to really notice the difference that's made in your body. And I'm definitely feeling that difference in my low back and even the top of my chest and my shoulders here. And after being at the computer all day, which you wouldn't believe how much time even I spend in front of a computer all day, it feels really good. So this can be easily something that you can do at home on your own. If you have one of these available to you, you can just lay it out, take a little break from your workday. You can just take this out, take a few minutes, lay back over it, spend maybe 5 minutes. You can set a timer, take a couple of nice deep breaths as you do, and give yourself that opportunity to relax and really open up that front side of the body. This is also something that you can do with a rolled up yoga mat or even a couple of blocks. You put one block behind your shoulder blades, one block behind your head, lay back over that, lay back over a rolled up mat that's in line with your spine. But the nice thing about this, again, is it does have that contour that really follows the shape that your spine can be. So we have these available in our boutique. They are $35. We're also going to be having a small business Saturday sale that's coming up on November 30th from 12 to 4 or before or after classes in the morning. And we'll have a few of these available for purchase. If by some chance we sell out by then, we'd certainly be happy to order them for you. So that's it about the Teardrop support. If you come into class, we do have one of these available for you to try out in the studio. So if you'd like to give it a shot, just let one of your teachers know. It's in the back towards the prop shelf. See you in the studio.